talk to me, baby. I'm going blind from this eclipse. Oh, let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. I keep on hoping we'll have cake by the ocean. I'll keep on hoping we have cake by the ocean. And breakfast with Bob, oh yeah.
Poncho Man Championship Sunday. We are brought to you by ES Sports Nutrition, Hoka, One, Polar, Oscar Wellness, Velo Fix. We are at the beautiful Four Seasons Hualalai, and we're airing on triathlonworld.com. With us, the two-time Ironman World Champion, Daniela Ryf. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I can't stop smiling still. I'm still so excited from yesterday.
Yeah, what a special day. Have you had a day like that before? Because you've had so many big wins, but everything was perfect, right? You break the course record. You run a 2:56 marathon. Pretty much everything seemed perfect for you.
Yeah, I think it's a dream come true for an athlete when you go out there and you can show your absolute maximum and really perform on what you wish. It was always my goal to start the race strong and finish it strong. And
right.
Yesterday was one of these days. I mean, it was never easy.
No.
I always had to push and keep pushing. But the body just really did what the mind wanted, and the mind was strong. And it ended up being a pretty much perfect race. Yes.
Anybody who was talking about this race beforehand, we looked at it as Daniela Ryf, who took second 2 years ago and won last year, and Marinda Carfrae, who'd won this race 3 times and was hands down the best runner in the sport. And how many minutes would Daniela need off the bike to win the race? And I was like, well, if Daniela runs 3:06 like she has in the past, and Marinda's capable of running 2:50, she needs 16 minutes or 14 minutes or something like that. I'm sure you heard that talk. Did that influence the way you trained for this race?
I wouldn't say we changed that much in training. We pretty much stick to what worked in the last few years, but it was the first time I think I was fit enough to also put together a strong run. So far I was always pushing out on a bike, and I got off the bike so tired that I just kind of had to hang in the marathon.
Right.
And yesterday was the first time where I got off the bike and pushed 180 Ks, but I got off the bike and felt still okay. And that was a great feeling. I think all the training through the last few years, probably they're starting to pay off as well. And it seems like, I'm getting stronger. And of course, it's very special when you have such tough competition, and
yes.
You can actually also have the fastest run split for someone. As I didn't call myself a runner yet, and
you are now.
It seems like it. So
yes.
That's very special, and I'm very happy I could show that yesterday.
And we've seen that over time here. Dave Scott was considered a great swim bike guy who was not a good runner, and Natasha Bodman and Paula Frazier were considered athletes who needed to win the race on the bike, and both of them ended up winning their last titles through the run. So is it a point of pride to sort of reinvent yourself, or for people to look at you a little differently? Because in the past you haven't had to run faster than 3:06, 3:07. This time you ran 10 minutes faster than you've gone before.
Yeah, I think triathlon is all about being a complete athlete, and that's always been my goal, to be strong in a swim, strong on the bike, and also strong on the run. And it's definitely been a lot of work. I think when you push so hard on the bike, and I used to push always very hard,
yes,
it's of course you're not going to run so fresh, and it needs time, of course, to be able to handle that, to run strong and fast off a hard bike.
Right.
And it was that was one of the goals, to also achieve that, to be able to, even with very, very tired legs, to still run well. And it's been a long journey, and I think so far people would say maybe the run was my weakness, but I try to make it as also my strength, and especially after Mooloolaba, it was a bit of a mind, a mind changing, like more that I reminded myself,
Yes.
even in the last few races. Last year, for example, I had a lot of strong half marathons, and so it's not that I could not run. It's just I haven't been strong enough to show it. And yeah, yesterday it was the first time I was, and that's very satisfying.
So, like you said, you were at the 70.3 Worlds. You finished fourth there. I think your run was 1:21, something like that, which is still great. But you're used to winning, or the worst, second place. Did that inspire you between Mooloolaba and here in terms of your training?
Yeah, I think it made me more motivated.
Yes.
It was, I mean, yeah, I might have been almost a bit spoiled that everything just always...
Easy.
No, it was
never easy, but
and
it all
always,
came, yeah, you always won.
Yeah, it was always challenge. Like every race had some challenges in it, and I overcame these challenges. And then, yeah, once in Mooloolaba it didn't work, and that's something you learn from. And I think you learn more from the races they don't go well. And
Yes.
and yeah, definitely set back with Brett, and we analyzed it a little bit. I analyzed it probably more than he did. He was never concerned that my form was not there, and it's just really satisfying to show it again and come back strong after a race where you couldn't really be so strong. And that's yeah, a very special feeling. And the last weeks in Jeju in preparation for here, I was definitely very fired up, and
Yes.
the mind was in the right spot, and that's very important too, because you can be totally fit and then not showing it on race day, it doesn't help you. So
Right.
you have to do the preparation and then also show it when it counts, and that's hard, especially for Ironman, because it's a long day and a lot can happen, and even if you had the best preparation, not always everything goes how you plan it.
Yes. You had a really big lead throughout the run. Was there a point where you thought, okay, I've pretty much have this race, I could back off a little bit? Or was it important to you to sort of make a statement and go under 3 hours for the run?
Well, in the start, I started pretty solid, I think, and when I came back from Ali drive after
Yep.
16K, I heard that I was still kind of in the same pace than Miranda, and that
Yes.
was definitely motivating. That was something that I wanted to show that I can also, like I said,
Right.
like I can run, and then I did back it up a little bit to make sure I'm not overpacing.
Yes.
I tried to take care of myself and put the food in, and then I just concentrated on myself from then. After 16K, I just tried to do everything right, drink, eat, and stay focused. And then it's only the last 4K where my friend told me I'm still on record pace, and Brett told him that I can have the green light if I want to go for the record.
Yes.
I can go for it, and he said just keep the pace. And of course it motivated me. I picked up the pace a little bit and actually started to get really excited that it's even possible to make this record here. And yes, coming down Palani,
Yes.
I started to really get excited.
You were
and
flying coming down
yes,
Palani, yes.
I was full of adrenaline. I think I was sprinting the last
You
2K.
were. It was almost like when you came across usually people come across the finish line and are sort of staggering. It's almost like you needed to keep going. You came across the finish line. It's like, I got to do a cool down now or something.
It was
amazing.
It was amazing. I mean, also the crowd, they're so passionate, and so
Yes.
they really celebrated. And the last 1K, it was the atmosphere and everything was just overwhelming.
Yes.
I actually had tears in my eyes, and then having my friends and family and supporting team in the finish, and to celebrate this moment with them
Yes.
made it so special, because they've also been such a great support before the race. It was a lot to coordinate, and it's not easy. It's very let's say it like this: it's very easy to do too much or too many things before the race. And
Yes.
I had the fortunate situation that they really tried to help everywhere they could, so I could focus and relax, and that was just really perfect. And to share it,
Yes.
the experience with
Yeah.
them is amazing.
So yesterday before the race, I was in the press room or VIP room with Robbie, and he says, "All I can tell you is something special is going to happen today."
Wow.
He obviously knew what type of condition you were in and how ready you were to have a great race. This year you did what very few people do is you raced 2 full Ironman distance events in 1 week with Challenge Roth and Ironman Switzerland. What did you take away from that? Because Challenge Roth was to try to get the course record and to go to a beautiful place. It's an iconic race, and you went 8:21. You had an amazing race, but then business the next week you had to go still qualify to come here, right? So there's a lot of pressure. But you got to run a second marathon in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
How hard was that?
Yeah, it was definitely a big challenge, and I knew I don't want to go to Kona just to go.
Right.
So for me, to do rough was very important for my head. I think after Frankfurt, to go out there and just really enjoy it,
Yes.
not having anything to do, any qualification, just to go and enjoy it was really a game changer.
Yes.
And after that, I was the challenge to do this pack. A lot of people probably shake their head and said that's a bit crazy, and yeah, I am probably a little bit crazy. So it was to prove people wrong is always it's
something you like.
Yeah, the doubters. I like to prove the doubters wrong.
Doubters,
Yeah.
doubters,
Did you
yeah.
say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably many people thought, oh, she's gonna be dead after these 2, and I felt when I did it, I was so, I think mentally as well, it made me stronger, because I knew if I can handle this, I can handle Kona. And so even for the legs, I think
Yes.
I knew if I can handle and overcome these 2 races,
Yes.
it will make me stronger for Kona. And Brett always said that too, and he was right again.
You broke the course record by almost 6 minutes. That's a big margin. When you looked at the course records beforehand, or did you even know what the course record was? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, you didn't
I had
care.
no idea,
You had
no.
no idea. Do you feel you can go faster? I mean, that's a fast time. You start talking about 8:56.
It would be a bit crazy to talk about going faster at the moment. It was like I said, it was probably the
8:46,
perfect race.
Yes.
And yeah, at that time I didn't know how close I was at the record. That's why I went so fast as well, the last 2K.
Yeah, because you didn't know what the record was.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't have any time, so
Yes.
I just went and then tried to do the best. And it was there's so many legends raced here, and I have so much respect from Miranda and Chrissy and
Yes.
Paula and Ugi Fraser, and to have this, to be the fastest on this course ever. Is very. I'm still thinking, and I still don't really believe it, to be honest.
What's been the response back home so far?
It's been amazing. They were live on Swiss TV, the whole
race.
Yeah, the race, and so much support. So many people stayed up the whole night and were watching and cheering, and it was great to hear so much positive feedback. I mean, I'm probably gonna feel it even more when I get home. So I'm really excited. This year I'm gonna go straight home from here,
Yes.
and not have to travel again for so many weeks. And so it's I'm looking forward to go home and also feel the atmosphere. Yeah.
So you'll go home pretty soon then do the television and do the award shows and all the rest of that.
Yeah, well, we had a bit of live television this morning. I was at the pier at 6:30 already.
Oh my God!
It's a short night, but
yes.
No, it's nice. I mean, it's great to see the media also, acknowledging what you do and
the sport.
Yeah, and triathlon, I think, has been known through Natasha Batman,
Yes.
Ironman, and has been quite a big thing. But it's still growing, I think, and I am proud to represent triathlon in Switzerland too. And so I'm gonna go home. I have a few days here, couple of easy days, and then I fly home on Wednesday.
But no more racing.
Well, I'll have a few easy days, few easy weeks, and I definitely will be in Bahrain also for the team.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
definitely I'll be there, and then I guess Triple Crown starts again next year in January. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm just gonna really enjoy these moments every day when I'm here,
Yes.
and then when I get back home, I'll talk to Brett, and he's pretty good in picking races for me. So
Yes,
I'll let him do his job, and I follow his advice.
Did you feel more pressure coming in as defending champion, more obligations, things like that? Or do you enjoy that?
No, I felt less pressure, to be honest. Last year I was really about getting this title. It was so important, especially after 2014, where it was so close.
Yes.
And so I put a lot of pressure on myself last year, and this year I said, like, I want to enjoy it. I don't want to have put too much pressure on myself, so I can't enjoy what I love. And so I just, it was important to just go out there and, of course, show my best. But I said I want to make it a great experience. I will remember, and I could do that. So that's goal succeeded.
Last year, I remember talking to Robbie after the race, and he was like, "Hey, they've invited us down at midnight to be down there for the finish. Is that something we should do?" And I was like, "Yeah, you need to do that." There's a difference with this island than with any other race in the world. Now that you've been immersed in this 3 times and won it twice, what is it about this island that you love?
Well, I think it's, the people are so warm and welcoming. I mean, when you feel here, you automatically feel at home.
Yes.
They really, I think the race and also the community is really behind the race, and they really see it as a festival of sport, and it's always very special to be here in Kona, of course, and to to do that race. And it's so many challenges out there, and you really have to just prepare so well to be able to do well here. And so it makes it also from that perspective a very special race. And you have to have respect from the race, but you also should enjoy it. And I mean, the nature, I mean, look at this. Can't be any better. So it's very fascinating. Actually, yesterday, normally I don't really look up on the bike, but yesterday I had maybe 2 times. Once when I went to Harvey, I looked up and I saw the mountain, and I just like thought, oh, it's so nice here. It's so beautiful. Even I was suffering, but it's I would say quite a paradise.
If you're going to suffer, you might as well suffer where it's nice.
Yes, that's true. Good point.
I love that. Daniela Ryf has been our guest. About a round of applause, our 2-time Ironman World Champion and course record holder.
Talk to me, baby. I'm going blind from your sweet craving. Whoa, let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. I keep on hoping we'll have cake by the ocean. I'll keep on hoping we have cake and breakfast with Bob and Daniela.
Pancho Man!
Thanks for having me.